Intel Core Ultra 2. This marks a highly specialized departure from traditional computing footprints. It operates as a premium ultra-mobile silicon foundation designed strictly for razor-thin laptops and handheld gaming systems that prioritize extreme structural compaction over raw thermal headroom. To maximize data transfer efficiency and save vital interior space, it introduces cutting-edge memory-on-package technology, where the RAM is soldered directly onto the processor substrate itself. This ensures ultra-low latency, though you can never upgrade your memory down the line. It is perfectly suited for playing lightweight indie games on portable consoles, running local AI workflows, and streaming high-resolution media. However, if subjected to prolonged multi-hour computing tasks like heavy rendering or compilation, the chip will aggressively throttle its internal clock speeds to prevent overheating. In this family, you will exclusively encounter mobile efficiency designations like the V or U suffixes, signifying a rigid, ultra-low power envelope. While a brand new Core Ultra 2 absolutely embarrasses older flagships in graphical execution speeds and battery endurance, it trades away raw, plug-in-the-wall, multi-threaded muscle, matching up against specialized low-power competitor chips at a premium retail price. Intel Core 3. Shifting focus away from ultra-mobile luxury, this tier serves as the straightforward, value-driven anchor for the standard non-ultra consumer family. It acts as the modern gateway for budget-conscious buyers who need an honest desktop PC or a reliable school laptop. This processor delivers dependable, everyday computing cycles by repurposing mature, highly refined architectural designs, completely stripping away exotic features like built-in neural hardware to focus entirely on the best possible price-to-performance ratio. It excels at running standard office layouts, multitasking browser tabs, or powering budget-friendly entry-level gaming setups. However, the chip will instantly start to stutter if pushed into dense modern multitasking or forced to process blockbuster AAA gaming titles with complex physics. The suffix rules are easy to decode. Standard models feature built-in graphics, while the F suffix denotes a chip with integrated graphics disabled to save money. A current generation Core 3 easily matches enthusiast-grade performance from 4 generations ago, locking horns with legacy competitor chips on single-thread snappiness while falling behind in raw core count scaling. Intel processor. If you strip things down even further past the Core 3, this stands as the absolute entry-level foundation of the company's semiconductor catalog, completely dropping historical brands like Pentium and Celeron. Occupying the very bottom of the silicon pyramid, its primary purpose is to provide basic, functional boot logic for hyper-budget laptops, educational Chromebooks, and automated industrial kiosks. It is engineered as a bare-bones digital engine. It handles a highly restricted set of tasks perfectly well, such as filling out online forms, writing documents, and running basic web applications. However, if you open 20 browser tabs while running a background antivirus scan, the entire user interface will freeze and lag. It lacks the physical execution blocks and cache memory sizes needed to manage heavy data streams. The suffix system here is stripped down to ultra-low power markers like the N suffix, indicating a processor that operates at extremely low wattages, allowing devices to run completely cool and fanless. It safely outperforms the old Celerons of yesteryear, battling fiercely against entry-level ARM-based chips by offering wide compatibility with traditional desktop operating systems. Intel Core i5. Moving back up into the high-performance desktop market, these processors from the recent LGA 1700 generations represent the definitive, time-tested sweet spot for mainstream PC builders. Anchoring the mid-range performance stack, this family represents a balanced compute architecture that blends high-speed performance cores with power-saving efficiency cores. In real-world application, this mid-range icon effortlessly manages intense multitasking, allowing users to run modern gaming titles at maximum settings, handle voice software, and stream content, all at the same time. It handles mid-tier creative workloads with impressive fluidity, though it will start to drop behind in professional, Hollywood-grade production environments. The suffix guide is essential here. The iconic K suffix marks a fully unlocked chip ready for manual overclocking. The KF suffix delivers that same speed without built-in graphics to save money, and standard models offer a locked, highly stable experience on stock cooling. A late-generation Core i5 comfortably matches or beats the processing throughput of premium flagships from older platforms, remaining locked in a relentless market war with rival mainstream gaming chips. Intel Core i9. Step above the mid-range sweet spot and you encounter a powerful position as the premium workhorse tier for serious creators and enthusiasts who want heavy-duty performance without the extreme financial cost of a flagship platform. Its identity is built entirely on providing a massive core configuration and high clock speeds for demanding daily applications, giving power users an abundance of execution threads to eliminate system bottlenecks. This premium chip dominates intense environments, effortlessly handling complex multi-camera 4K video editing timelines, heavy programming compilation, and advanced audio production. However, it will definitely trigger thermal protection protocols if paired with a cheap, low-end cooling fan. Its aggressive voltage curves generate massive amounts of heat. System builders must pay attention to the high-power K suffix, which demands an advanced liquid cooling loop or an oversized two-tower air cooler to maintain maximum frequencies. A late-generation Core i7 easily outmuscles enthusiast flagships from 2 generations prior, fighting a brutal battle with high-end rival chips by winning on multi-threaded content creation speeds while drawing significantly more wall power. Intel Core i9. For those who accept absolutely zero compromises, these processors from the classic enthusiast generations represent an era of absolute brute force desktop dominance. This is an elite, high-voltage flagship tier engineered for hardware purists, defined entirely by record-breaking clock speeds and maximum core density. In real-world scenarios, this flagship titan treats heavy workloads like casual computing, effortlessly rendering complex 3D scenes, managing heavy data engineering pipelines, and providing the ultimate headroom for competitive gaming and simultaneous broadcasting. However, this chip will instantly stutter or crash if the motherboard applies unstable, unoptimized default voltage profiles, requiring users to ensure their system BIOS is fully updated with stable power limits. The suffix guide focuses on the unlocked K version, the independent graphics-reliant KF, and the legendary ultra-rare CKS suffix, which designates a specialized factory-binned piece of silicon hand-picked to hit the absolute highest possible clock speeds right out of the box. These classic flagships offer immense raw power but operate on a razor's edge of thermal efficiency, maintaining a fierce rivalry with top-tier gaming chips. Intel Xeon W. Leaving the consumer market entirely behind, this represents a completely distinct professional workstation tier, deliberately stepping away from consumer desktop lines to power heavy-duty engineering, scientific, and corporate creation platforms. Its identity is built on absolute focus on data integrity, massive system memory capacity, and continuous, rock-solid operational stability under commercial workloads. This workstation giant excels at running complex structural simulations, processing immense geospatial datasets, and handling massive corporate compilation pipelines. Crucially, it manages hundreds of gigabytes of specialized error-correcting code, or ECC memory, which automatically detects and corrects internal data corruption on the fly to prevent catastrophic system crashes. Conversely, if used as a standard gaming processor, it will show disappointing performance, as its internal architecture is tuned for parallel data routing rather than ultra-high single-core burst speeds. The naming convention utilizes clear engineering indicators alongside the W prefix to divide models by supported memory channels and high-speed PCIe lanes, fighting for corporate dominance against rival high-core workstation lines. Intel Xeon Scalable. At the absolute apex of the silicon hierarchy sits this family, which occupies the highest echelon of the company's hardware portfolio, serving as the enterprise-grade architecture that powers massive global cloud platforms, corporate data centers, and advanced supercomputing clusters. Completely separated from consumer computers, its identity is built on continuous multi-year operation under maximum utilization within specialized server racks. A single deployment can effortlessly host thousands of active websites simultaneously, manage the complex financial transactions of a global banking institution, or run deep climate simulation models without a single second of downtime. If forced to run standard consumer applications, the interface would feel incredibly sluggish, as